Hello everyone, this is top 5 most underrated units for Oster in Company of Heroes 2. One unit, one episode. We are starting with number 5, and that is the Grenadiers. Historically speaking, the Grenadiers were the German infantry, the backbone of every army. They conquered most of Europe, leaving it in ruin, and then they were so eager to surrender to the Western allies. I always love the photos of the German soldiers when they are smiling when they are surrendering, because it does tell you something about the time period and what happened and how they felt about it. In the game, the Grenadiers are the Oster most basic infantry. They are fairly cheap to deploy, 230 manpower, fairly expensive to replenish, 30 manpower per single model replenished. So you don't want to lose them ever, because they are such a drain on your manpower. Many people don't want to play with them. They are like fragile, soft. They're like, nah, I don't want to play how the game wants me to play. Let's replace all my Grenadiers with Panzer Grenadiers just because they are more expensive, so they must be good. But as you pointed out, they are really more expensive. The math says no. Also, you have to wait for them, so on, so on. Let's take a look what Grenadiers offer us to work, and you will understand how good they are. First of all, on their VET2 bonus, they have 40% weapon accuracy. This is a fucking facton. This is Veteran 2 Grenadiers are so much better. They are, trust me, amazing. We'll be working with them. Let's take a look what are the good sides of the Grenadiers. First of all, their long range accuracy is amazing. Second of all, their accuracy overall is so fucking amazing. They hit their target so much more than, let's say, conscripts. They have fairly good damage, despite the fact there are only 4 squad members in each squad. And they have plenty of utility. And this is why they are so much better than Panzer Grenadiers. Look on all the stuff they can do. For example, the biggest thing why you always want to have them is the Panzerfaust ability. Historically speaking, it was an ingenious device to knock out tanks by a single soldier. Obviously in the game it's not like that. It's only a tool to disable their engines, so they are immobilized and you can finish them off with like AT gun or whatever you're fighting with. And many people think that it's a random chance. Will it destroy the engine or will it no? But it's not a random chance. It depends on the vehicle type and its health points. On light tanks, Panzerfaust always damages the engine. On medium tanks, it only damages the engine if the vehicle is already damaged. On heavy tank, it destroys the engines if the health of the tank is below a certain threshold. I'm not sure what this threshold is because the game never tells you anything really. But at least, yeah, we can speculate and do YouTube videos, am I right? And another thing that's really good is rifle grenades. It's one of the only grenades, or the only grenade actually in the game that explodes on impact. So you can really one-shot people with it. But the crucial information is that these don't ignore cover. So you want to use them like a regular gun, so flank the enemy, don't shoot over the sandboxes. I know it's stupid, but this is how the game works, I didn't make it up. And there are also cool stuff in the bunker and the healing medkit. I don't really like it, but yeah, it's there. Sometimes it's useful, I admit it, I often use it. I'm like, oh yeah, I can heal my pack for 10 munitions, that sounds like a deal. Bunkers are also underutilized tool, but yeah, I admit they are super situational. What are Grenadiers bad at? First of all, they are fragile. They die really quickly. I think that by survivability, they are the weakest infantry there is. Well, maybe not like overall, but from basic infantry, surely. Even the Volksgrenadiers survive more than they do. They also have the smallest number of squad members. That means that if you want to pick up a machine gun or something else like a mortar, I don't know, you have to have full number of squad mates to not waste your unit by picking up the thing. That's very uncomfortable. Yeah. So much easier to steal weapons for the allies than to Axis because of that. They have like veteran 1 bonus. It's the health kit, and you will never use it early game. Well, maybe never use it. But I admit that it's useful, but other factions have better bonuses. For example, Wolf's Grenadiers on Vet 1 are harder to hit, which is way more useful than the medkit, especially early on, where the infantry is the most important thing, right? And the biggest flaw of the Grenadiers is this. When they are moving, they have minus 50% accuracy to all of their shots on all of their distances, right? This is the biggest flaw of this unit. This is a fucking game changer. This dictates how we use this infantry from now on. From now on, whenever you see the enemy infantry with your Grenadiers, you start shooting them. You stop whatever you are doing. You are not moving an inch, and you are shooting them. I don't care that your infantry is standing in a field with no cover. You are not grabbing cover. No, you are not going for it. I don't care that your shoelaces are untied and you really want to fix them up quickly. Because whatever you're doing, the enemy is closing. They are coming. They know that if they get close, they can just rip your Grenadiers apart. And we have to melt them away before they get to us and start ripping us to shreds. And if you are dancing, if you are going to grab a cover, if you are doing some bullshit, in that time you have the biggest penalty in the game for everything. So, you click your Grenadiers to hold, sit on their ass, wherever they are, or you just click on some unit that you want to kill that's closest to you, and you hope they can unload and melt them before they reach it, okay?
The deadliest weapon in the world is a Marine and his rifle. It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat. Your rifle is only a tool. It is a hard heart that kills. If your killer instincts are not clean and strong, you will hesitate at the moment of truth. You will not kill. You will become dead Marine. And then you will be in a world of shit. Because Marines are not allowed to die without permission. Do you maggots understand?
Sir! Yes, sir!
Outstanding, Private Pyle. I think we finally found something that you do well.
Sir, yes, sir!
Hello, welcome in the practice part. Here I'll show you all the things I forgot to mention in the theory part. And we'll try to observe a little bit our Grenadiers' behavior. I'll not be showing you the entire game. I will upload the entirety of this match later on. But yeah, let's focus on the Grenadiers. Red was so kind to capture this for us. I'm dropping some sandbags with our Pioneers, because, as always, the cover is important. Better to have it than not to have it. And we are making Grenadiers, and we are making a lot of them. Many people feel obligated to buy machine gun 42, but you don't have to do that. You don't want to be predictable. Your enemy will probably expect it, so it's better to go with Grenadiers. Mostly because Grenadiers are so universal and they handle most of the situations pretty well. They are very flexible units. They can defend, they can attack, they can do push-ups, they can dance on their dick, they can do everything. So, as long as you're buying Grenadiers, you are golden. The Soviets are well aware that cover is important. We are going into the middle. The blue is busy fighting there, so we can take a couple of free shots. Rifles are more expensive, they should be better, but take a look. This is the kind of trade that you want. Long range, you are in cover, they are not, and we pick off one of their guy and we have no casualties of our own. Here the Soviets are slowly creeping towards us. I'm just copying, enjoying my day. having my defensive positions, defending my fuel. This is our task. And here our pioneers find these conscripts, and we'll be taking a fight. I move my grenadiers and take a look. I just click my grenadiers to attack this unit. That's all that you have to do to micro your grenadiers, and take a look. They take out 2 conscripts, and he's so well aware how bad the situation is that he doesn't even try to charge us. I'm taking a look with my pioneers what's going on. Take a look how much we discovered with them. Pioneers have gigantic field of view. Take advantage of that. And now I add the MG42 as promised, because I see that the Soviets have a lot of conscripts. My grenadiers here are cutting off the Americans as they are struggling against the Oster. Here I am taking advantage of my cover and I'm just camping here. The Russians have the flamethrower to rat us out and we are running away. Another useful tip for you. Many people panic when they're playing this game or they overreact. Like, you can imagine a player that would move this MG forward, take all these grenadiers, try to fight for it. No, there is no need. Take a look. We just backed off. We didn't took that fight. That would be not beneficial to us. This is very important with your grenadiers. Every casualty on them hits like a train. That's why you want to take fights, only the fights that you know that you will win. And yeah, we are not taking a fight that would hurt us. Here it's a rare situation where I'm actually using the bunker. Bunkers are very situational. They are not like your average unit. They are not a unit at all. Many people think that this is an alternative to a machine gun. No. Bunker is a time waster. When the enemy will try to take this point, they will get pinned. They will figure out that they need to bring a mortar, bring an AT gun, and so on. And before they do that, we'll have a time to react and defend this point. Here I try to do some reconnaissance, but no luck there. I'm backing off. And here, take a look. All I do is just shoot. It doesn't matter that I'm no cover. I can just melt them away. See? No casualties. Some people would, no, I have to back in, grab a cover there, blah blah blah. No, just shoot them. Also, retreat like these are what you live for. No, only 1 casualty, no health points on this. Healing is free, so that's what we want. Here, unfortunately, my teller got exploded. Russians are coming, and we'll spray them away. He grabs the green cover, but he doesn't capture the point, and they have a Maxim. We are in a little bit of a dire situation. Here, we didn't finish that bunker. That's really awful. There. But I'm not. I'm too busy here. Take a look. See? You never charge with grenadiers. We did no damage because of that penalty for moving around. See? Always when your grenadiers are moving, they are trash. Whereas they are standing still and shooting, this is when you get your money's worth. Russians are pushing in, I'm getting desperate. The Red realize that situation is critical here and they are eager to help. Also, something very good this player is doing. Take a look. These points are unimportant. This is where the thing is happening. US realized that situation changed and he will be falling into the middle to stop Red from choking on, from pushing the yellow away. I'm getting little bit desperate. I'm sending in wounded units. Normally I would advise you to not do that because you'll just lose this unit for free. Nothing will happen. But I know that I really have to take control of this situation. We get ourselves a mortar. Mortars work really well with grenadiers because you can rat the enemy out of the cover, and grenadiers are really good at melting wounded units. Take a look on this conscript team. They are about to start dropping like flies. Some of that was a machine gun, but yeah, we just reduced them from 5 to 2 in no time. Here, I'll present you the thing that I mentioned before. You can just, if you rifle grenade a guy in cover in the back, you will get a flanking bonus and you will wipe them. See? Rifle grenades don't ignore cover, remember that when you use them. Like, if I would throw a rifle grenade from here to there, the sandbags would reduce my damage. yeah, the red finally managed to push in the back, and he's wrecking the yellow. So yeah, basically that was it that I wanted to show you. First of all, take advantageous fights. Don't just fight for the sake of fighting, that's the bad idea. Avoid casualties at all cost. If you can, retreat to your positions, prepared positions like these. Don't start off with a machine gun, because you will, if you lose it and they steal it, you're fucked. And it's harder for you to steal it back, because your guys have only 4 guys on them. It's a little bit harder. Mortars work really well with your Grenadiers, same with machine guns. So yeah, and don't move and shoot. If you shoot, sit on your ass. So yeah, that's it. I hope that was enlightening for you, and I hope you will love Grenadiers as much as I do, and we all. So yeah, I hope it was fun. Cheers.